Tatis Jr. drives one to the boom. Caught by Tatis like Superman. You are a cartoon character. In the air to right field. Towards the corner. It's back. It's gone. Welcome to San Diego.
Hey everyone, Matt Vasgersian here. Welcome to the show. The Southern California sun is starting to set as we welcome you to Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. It's Game 1 of the World Series between the Kansas City Royals and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. It's the moment these players have been waiting for. Game 1 of the Fall Classic is on the show, and it's coming up next. Walker Buehler gets the call on the mound here at home for Game 1 of the World Series. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
Hey, this guy's not a very big guy, barely over 6 foot, but boy, he carries a big arm. Really live fastball, 95 to 96 miles an hour. Good overhand curveball. His changeup has gotten better, and he's a big game pitcher. If Walker Buehler is throwing strikes, it's nearly impossible to string an inning to get 3 or 4 hits off this guy.
A chance now for a look at the Royals starting lineup. Mark, what's your take on him against one of the best starters in the game?
Matty, you take a look at this lineup. I find myself thinking back to my playing days when I knew I had the ace on the mound. It had to be win day, and when you get in a car to drive to the yard, you tell yourself, even though you felt bad about it, just get 2 or 3. All the pressure's on the big boy to have to execute, and he usually does. Look for this lineup to try and execute and score, manufacture 1 or 2 runs early in this one.
The windup and the 0-1. Ball 1. Not a bad night to bring the parka along. 54 degrees at game time. Good fastball as he gets the swing and a miss.
Ooh,
That was some smoke right there. High fire right on by.
Fastball right back to the mound. And he'll just flip this on to first for the second out of the inning.
Batting third, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
So here is Juan Soto. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
Hey, boys, you talking about getting your A swing off right here? That's what it looks like. A guy with massive power letting it eat.
Lined hard to center field. Taylor will get there, and he puts it away to retire this. Robbie Ray is on the mound here on the road for Game 1 of the World Series. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Hey, this guy pitched really well in his last outing. Only a
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. And it's fouled away. Here it comes. Turned on, but that's ripped foul down the third baseline. Perez is a prolific power hitter, and you probably didn't need me to tell you that. Doesn't matter what kind of pitching he faces, there's a lot of pop in that bat. Count remains at 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. Smith gathers, and the throw is there to record the first out. And now Alex Gordon. And the pitch. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Pollock has a read on it, and that's the second out of the inning.
Batting sixth, the first baseman.
And with 2 away here in Game 1 of the World Series, let's give you a little refresher course at the roads these two teams took to get where they are tonight. And now in the box, Eric Hosmer, lifetime against this pitcher. He's just 1 for 13. Hit out towards second. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as this side is retired. Royals go. Now at the plate, Mike Moustakas. Lifetime against this particular arm. He's 2 for 3. High and tight here to begin the inning. It's ball 1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence. He's got great body language on the mound. He's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Even 1-1 count to Moustakas. No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. All even now, 2-2. Into the windup and the pitch. Lifted the other way down the left field line. And this will wind up a foul ball. Here's another 2-2. And the Royals are in the hit column.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy's had a monster postseason so far.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. And that one is gone! Andrew Benintendi, a 2-run shot. And the Royals have cut it to 1. It's now a 3-2 score.
We were wondering who was going to strike first with the long ball. What a moment for him right there. Home run in the World Series. No one can ever take that away from you.
At the plate, Robbie Ray.
The pitcher, Robbie Ray.
Swing and a liner. And that is down, as that could be 2 bases. And this will find the wall deep in the corner. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Now batting, number 3.
So now time will be called as we're going to get a visit from the pitching coach here as he'll hope to settle his guy down. Stepping in now, number 3. And he puts it on the ground to second. Turner gloves it, and he will whip this one over to first in time for the out.
The batter, number 2.
In now is Nico Horner. Potential tying run for him at third base. He's set and the pitch. And he'll quickly send a line drive to center field. And a base hit, and that'll get the run in from third.
Boy, you know, in today's game, D-Row, pitchers are being taught high velocity, go get ahead, strike one. Boy, that didn't work in that situation.
Yeah, and guys have such put-away pitches, Dan. You don't want to go super deep in the count. Find yourself with 2 strikes on you, and here comes a nasty slider or a nasty split finger. He had an approach right there. He wanted to use an ambush tactic, and it worked.
Juan Soto to the plate now, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss as he pulls the top hand over. It's 0-2. Hit in the air down the left field line. Pollock has a read on it. And that's the second out of the inning.
The catcher, number 13.
And up steps Salvador Perez. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Pitch out. Nothing doing. And that one yanked just foul. Bouncer to the left side. Throw on to Muncy, gets him, and with that they'll end the inning. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. We'll head now to the home half of inning number 3, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Stepping. All set for the start of the 4th, and that'll bring forth the rookie outfielder Alex Gordon.
Alex Gordon.
Hit in the air out to straightaway left. Pollock is right there, and it's a very quick out number 1.
The batter, the first baseman.
First baseman Eric Hosmer is in. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Broken bat as this ball's hit on the ground. And they'll have no play as he reaches first base safely.
Now batting, third baseman, Mike Moustakas.
So 1 gone in the inning here with a runner at first. And up next, the former World Series hero, Mike Moustakas. Open stance by Moustakas, and now the pitch. But this is speared by the first baseman, and they will apply the tag between first and second. It's a double play, and just like that, the side is retired. On now to the bottom half of inning number 4, and we are all tied at 3 apiece. Now into the bottom. New inning set to get underway, and with it brings the left-handed swinging Andrew Benintendi. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hard hit ball to second. That gets through, and he'll reach base again on his second base hit of the game.
Hey, right here, anytime the leadoff hitter gets on in front of the pitcher, it puts the defense on notice. You're going to see the third baseman creeping in. You're going to see the first baseman crashing, trying to get that out at second base. But if not, make sure of one.
In now, Robbie Ray. He offers at it and hits it in the air to left. Pollock comes in a few steps as he hauls it in for the first out.
Now batting, number 3.
Next up is number 3. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. First pitch of the AB on its way. Hit in the air toward the gap in right center. On the move is Betts, but he won't have a play. This is down and into the gap. And he's going to score with ease as the throw will be too late.
Well, that's a big at-bat right there. Not only does he get all the way to third on a triple, but he also drives in the go-ahead run.
Into the box, Nico Horner. And on the first pitch, he hits it in the air to right. Betts has a read on it. He makes the catch. Here comes the runner from third. And they'll tack on an insurance strike with the sac fly as they lead now 5-3.
Great work to do a job right there. He's not a big power bat, so he was looking to get a fly ball to the outfield and give his guy at third a chance.
He's ready. Here's the first pitch. He swings and sends it on a line to right center. That gets down, and the inning continues.
That had to be in the scouting report right there. You don't see too many 0-0 breaking ball ambushes in the game anymore. He had to know that pitch was coming.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. And on the first pitch, he grounds foul. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. A 1 pitch on its way. High in the air out to center field. Taylor is there. And that ends the inning. So it's 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a runner left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. It's the Royals 5 and the Dodgers 3. The speedy Alex Vesia takes over on the mound here with nobody out in the 6th inning.
Number 51.
Eric Hosmer will be the first to stand in against the new pitcher as he'll do so with a runner at first and nobody out. 1 ball, no strikes the count. Swing and a liner. A leaping try, but it's out of his reach and into the outfield.
What a nice piece of hitting right there. Didn't try and do too much. Stayed on the attack, kept his hands inside the ball, and took what the pitcher gave him.
The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now as he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. Taylor is there. He makes the catch, and tagging is the runner from second. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with 1 out.
Andrew Benintendi will stride in, but first we take you back to the third as you take another look here at his two-run homer that had him rolling early on. Bat explodes as this has popped up, and he finds a way to focus on the baseball there as he has it for a big out number 2.
Now batting.
Next to hit will be the pitcher, Robbie Ray. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. Starts him with a good rising fastball there for strike 1. Pulled toward right center field. On the move is Betts, but he isn't going to get this one, and the pitcher's going to have himself extra bases. In to score is the runner from first. It's a 7-3 ball game.
This thing was a double or more the second it left his bat. He really drove it well, and it ended up one hopping the wall out there. And more importantly, he picks up 2 RBI along the way.
So now to the plate, number 3. Hard hit towards center. And no trouble for him as he makes the catch to end the inning. So it's 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left. To the bottom of the 6th we go. 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Royals out in front, 7-3. So now into the bottom.
Leading up for the Dodgers, the first baseman, Matt Muncy.
Luis Severino. Now the skipper's on his way out toward the home plate area, and I believe that means we're going to have a double switch here. Kenley Jansen will come on to pitch now as he'll move into the 8th spot in the lineup on the double switch here. Austin Barnes is into the ball game as well as he'll slide into the pitcher's spot, hitting 9th now on the double switch. Turner backs up a bit and he takes charge for the first out.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
Next to dig in, Juan Soto. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Oh, and 1 count, and the pitch. And he fouls this one off. And another foul ball. 7 runs, 9 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. Line softly to the right side, but a foul ball, and the count holds at 0-2. Nothing in 2 count, and the pitch. Here is a ground ball now for the shortstop to the right of second. Throw gets him, 2 down. So next to hit is Salvador Perez. No thump out of him in this game so far, as might be expected. He's 0 for 3. Swing and a miss, strike 1.
They've done a real nice job keeping this guy into wraps in this one. No hits for him so far, and what stands out to me is they're going right after him. They're not pitching him like they're afraid he's going to do any damage.
And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is... That'll bring it on. Joe Kelly has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th.
Number 17, Joe Kelly.
Now at the plate is Alex Gordon.
Leading off for the Royals, the left fielder, Alex Gordon.
First delivery to him. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. With that, the Royals have their leadoff hitter aboard to start out the inning.
Nice piece of hitting right there. Two-seam fastball, sinker. He stayed inside it. Didn't have the action the pitcher would have liked.
You know, that's a sinker right there, Mark, that's intended to be down in the zone. And this pitcher better get the ball down because he can't live up in the strike zone.
Eric Hosmer to the plate now, as he'll send the first one he sees on the ground to second. Turner has it.
And indeed, he won't try to force it at second. He'll just flip on to first for the sure out. Next, here is Mike Moustakas. It was a flyout for him in his last trip.
Almost, Matty. Almost went deep his last AB. Certainly just missed it. With this guy's big power, he's feeling pretty good at the dish. Look for him to try and get on something and drive it out of the yard this AB.
And he'll make it up to third on the fly ball as he's in there now with 2 away. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. He homered earlier and is 2 for 3 to this point. First pitch of the AB now. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Taylor is there, and he makes the play to end the inning. Royals. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Mookie Betts. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1.
Hey, every ball club has that spark plug guy, and this is the guy right here. He usually ignites a lot of productive innings.
From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A shot to second base and handled for the first out.
The batter, the first baseman.
Next for the Dodgers, Max Muncy. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. Drops in a strike to start the at-bat. 0-1.
It's pretty tough for a hitter to go up there looking for a first pitch changeup. And a good job of dropping it in for strike 1.
He comes up empty that time as he's underneath it. 0-2. 0-2 count and the pitch.
Hey, I get it. He wants to set up that breaking ball down and away. But that 0-2 fastball wasn't even close.
And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one. So next to bat will be Chris Taylor. 2 away here in the 8th, and time's running out on him, Danny.
Yeah, they don't have a lot of outs left to work with, so it's time for someone.
We'll have to leave it there as the play is made for the 3rd out. Dodgers down in order. They're down 4. It's 7-3. Phil Bickford enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Bobby Witt Jr. will try to get his club a little 9th inning insurance as he'll grab a bat to pinch hit, leading things off here. First pitch of the AB on its way. And he popped him up, drifting back behind first. And the pinch hitter is retired here, 1 away.
Now batting.
So the batting order turns over now and set to go number 3. He comes into this appearance in the midst of a 1 for 4 day. Grounded back up the middle. And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a 1-out hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
And if you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
Taylor calls off the left fielder as he takes charge for the 2nd out. So the next to bat will be Juan Soto, grounded out in his last at bat. Now here's the first offering. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Taylor finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. So no runs on a hit here, no errors, 1 man left on. 6th, 7th, and 8th place hitters scheduled to start the bottom of inning number 9. It's the Royals 7 and the Dodgers 3. Kyle Zimmer, a right-handed reliever standing.
Pinch hitting for the Dodgers. Number 9. Hitting for the Dodgers. Number 9. Gavin Lux.
Anytime you can win a game, let alone on the road, you have to feel really good about yourself. It's not easy going into that other team's ballpark and coming out with a win, but they did just that.
Our final line score tonight. First for the victorious Kansas City Royals, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. They left 6 men on base. For the Dodgers, 3 runs on 9 hits, 1 error, and 11 runners left on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 10 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, a sellout, 56,000. The Dodgers thank you for attending tonight's game. And as you leave Dodger Stadium, we remind you to please drive home safely.
much polluted. Onyx is heavyweight. It's still undisputed. It took the words right out my mouth to walk a mile in my shoes. I face so many dudes. I feel used and I'm so confused. Excuse me, for example, I'm the inspiration of a whole generation. And unless you got 10 sticky fingers, it's the imitation, a figment of your imagination. But wait, it gets worse. I'm not watered down, so I'm dying of thirst. Coming through.
And a welcome inside Dodger Stadium here in Los Angeles. Game 2 of the World Series between the Kansas City Royals and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Hi again, everybody. Matt Vasgersian. Welcome to the World Series here on the show. I'm joined by Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac. And Danny, an important ball game coming up here in Game 2.
Well, in a 7-game series, winning Game 1 on the road is great, but it doesn't mean all that much if you can't back it up and win Game 2. A win here really puts them in a commanding position, but if they split these first 2 games, it basically becomes a best of a 5-game series starting all over again from scratch.
The build-up to this one is just about over. It's time for all the drama of World Series baseball on the show, and we'll have it for you next. Clayton Kershaw is on the mound for Game 2. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy has a 4-pitch repertoire, right? And those are a lot of nice options to have. You can go hard, soft. You can go in and out. And anytime you have 4 pitches, if you can throw them for strikes, you have the big advantage.
Ready now is number 3. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Leading off tonight for Kansas City.
Now here's the first offering.
Number 3.
Pulled high in the air out to left field. Pollock has a read on it, and that's the first out of the inning. So bases are empty with one gone, and up next, Nico Hoerner. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. High in the air into shallow left center. Pollock comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 2.
Batting third, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
2 down, no one on base, and that'll bring up the dynamic bat of Juan Soto. Not surprisingly here, this is on the ground to the right side. Muncy will win the race to first easily, and that ends the inning. KC down. Here now is Trey Turner. Second inning set to go, and up next, the former World Series hero Salvador Perez.
Number 13, Salvador
Fouled off.
Perez.
Popped up. Muncy is there for it. Makes the play, 1 away.
Batting fifth, the left.
All right, guys, here's the defensive alignment for the Los Angeles Dodgers. And let's focus on Corey Seager. Cal Ripken Jr., anyone? This guy looks like the spitting image of Iron Man. I think he's just scratching the surface of a Hall of Fame career. Multiple MVPs, Gold Gloves, you name it. Corey Seager is on fire.
Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Lifted the other way to left center. Pollock giving chase. He gets there, and that's the second out. Bases are empty here with 2 away. And standing in, here's the first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Skied in the air to straightaway left. Pollock has a read on it. And he makes the catch to retire the side. Royals go down 1-2-3. We'll go. Striding in is Alex Gordon. 7-8-9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third. Hit hard to short, scooped up. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third. So bases are empty with one out now. And striding toward the plate next will be Adalberto Mondesi. Hammered the other way to deep right field. Back goes Betts to the track. On the warning track, he makes the catch. So here now is the pitcher, Frankie Montes. Here's the first pitch to him. Lofted in the air out toward right center. On the move is Betts. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. Turner on third. Betts is over at second with one down in the inning. Fouled away. And that's ball 3 now as it just misses below the zone. Hit hard towards center. And that's in there. Base hit. And both runners will score. It's now a 3-0 ball game.
That's the difference in today's.
The catcher, ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Now pitching.
So the Royals batting order turns over and set to go. Number 3 comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
The offense better get it going right here because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
There to look it in his bets, and that's out number 1. In now is Nico Horner. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far. High in the air out to center field. Chasing after it is Taylor. He gets there, and that's the second out.
Up next to the Royals.
Here now is Juan Soto. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Outfield shaded toward right center. Here's the first pitch. Popped him up. Smith is there, and the side is retired. Royals go down on just 4 pitches. They're on. Now to the plate, here is Clayton Kershaw. He singled in his first AB.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
The fans didn't even get a chance to settle in their.
All ready to go in the top of the 5th. And that'll bring in the veteran catcher, Salvador Perez.
Still a big bagel in that hit column.
Swing and a high fly ball out to left field. Back goes Pollock. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
This guy's not wasting any time, right? Gets a first pitch fastball, and he flies out deep on the first pitch of the inning.
Now the pitch. Lifted the other way out to left center. Chasing after it is Taylor. He makes the running play. 2 down.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Eric Hosmer to the plate now. As he'll swing at the first pitch and bang one into right center field. That's a base hit. Legs churning. He's headed for second. And now he'll get into scoring position with 2 away.
I'll tell you, that's one of the first good swings we've seen anybody put on this guy so far. He's been throwing the ball really well, but that was one of the few mistakes we've seen him make.
At the plate now, Alex Gordon. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. 2-out double left straight. And now here is Will Smith. He reached on a fielder's choice previously. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike one. Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone. Very high, 2-1.
That was a tempting pitch to swing at right there. A big power guy like this really wants something that he can elevate and drive out of the ballpark.
3-1 to him now. Called a strike, and it's full 3-2. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Leading off the inning, your job is to get on base and set the table for the inning. That was a pretty good at bat.
Digging in will be Adalberto Mondesi. Will start things out in their half of the sixth as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
Yeah, I think if I'm the hitting coach right here, Matty, I'm telling the offense to get aggressive. Just seems like we've been going too deep in counts, and this guy has got exploding stuff on the mound. So I would tell them get overly aggressive on a heater in the middle of the plate early.
So only the second hit he's given up tonight.
Well, that's only the second hit he's given up tonight, and the first one didn't do any damage. So he's not sweating this one at all. They haven't been able to string anything together.
To the plate now, Wade Davis drops one down here, and he'll try to beat it out. This gets foul. It's 0-1. High set by Kershaw. Now the pitch. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw. It skips in and he's safe. Close play, but he's in there. Certainly a very close play at second on that bag. So let's analyze it with show track. We all know he's got plus speed on his side, and you really see it represented in the top speed. That really made the difference on that one. Sent on the ground out to second. Oh, and he has some trouble with it. Next up, number 3, and they're runners at the corners now. First offering on its way. Liner towards second. In there, base hit, and that ought to get the run in from third.
The batter number 2, second baseman, Nico Horner.
At the plate, Nico Horner. Strike one to start the at-bat. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Now a rocket deep down the line in left. And this will get over the wall, in fact, so just the one run will be allowed to score. And now time will be called here as you see the pitching coach making his way out to the mound to pay a quick visit. Juan Soto to the plate now. Pulled toward right center field. Chasing after it is Taylor. Makes the catch, but the runner from third breaks for home. And the run is in to score from third.
Now batting, catcher.
And up steps Salvador Perez, trying to bring in the tying run from third here. First pitch on the way. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. A ball that's carrying. And the play is made, but this should be good enough for an RBI as the runner from third tags up. And that'll score the tying run. We're back to even, 4 apiece.
Great job there by this power hitter. Known for driving the ball out of the ballpark. Does the job right there with the sac fly and brings the run home.
Lifted in the air out towards left center. Taylor is there and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. So they score 4. Digging. 10th inning ready to roll, and set to go is the veteran first baseman, Eric Hosmer. Popped him up. Seager onto the grass. He's there and records the first out. Next to stand in is
Alex Jordan.
Here's the first pitch to him. Hit pretty well out toward right center field.
Chasing after it is Taylor.
He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. Digging in next, Adalberto Mondesi, as the switch hitter will bat right-handed here.
Much better hitter swinging right-handed for whatever it is. His entire career, he's hit much better against left-handed pitching than he has against right. This is definitely his more comfortable side.
And they've got the runner hung up between first and second. And try as he might, but he can't escape the... Josh DeMont will take. Now we're going to have a conference at the home plate area, so it would appear that we'll see a double switch here. Brustar Gratterall will come on now, and he'll slide into the 7 spot in the lineup following the double switch. Cody Bellinger will also come on now as he'll move into the pitcher's number 9 hold in the order here on that double switch. Hit pretty well out toward right center field. Bats on the run. He gets to it and makes the catch for the first out.
The batter, number 3.
Stepping in next, number 3. Delivered an RBI single last time up. First pitch coming. Here it is. Fly ball out toward left center field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
The batter, number 2.
Now at the plate here is Nico Horner. He doubled his last time up.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get. Maybe once an AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time.
Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. So a nice job there by the 2-hole hitter to extend the inning for the middle of the order.
Dan, he took that right back at his face right there. Exactly what you're trying to do. Middle cut, though. Are you a little concerned?
Yeah, that's a case of a ball being right down the middle. As a pitcher, you want to work the corners and stay out of that middle part of the zone, and he paid for it right there with a solid base hit.
Into the box now, Juan Soto. As the first pitch sinker misses to him, it's ball 1. Hard hit ball to second. Throw on to Muncy, gets him, and with that they'll end the inning. Matt Barnes is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 32. Matt.
Yanked hard but foul to the right. Blake Trinan comes on from the pen, hoping to finish this one off here in the top of the 9th. Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez. He's the one to start things off, with his guys in danger of seeing this series leveled at a game apiece, barring a 9th inning rally.
The leadoff hitter finds his way on base. It should be interesting to see the cat and mouse with the manager. Does he use the bunt right here? Do we put a little hit and run on? Do we go old school, new school, and just let him swing away? Should be interesting.
Lifted down the line in left. On the move is Pollock. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. So stepping in is Eric Hosmer. He'll be looking for something he could drive into the gap and drive home that tying run from first. Swing and a liner, but gloved by the third baseman for the out. Next to hit, Alex Gordon. He flew out in his last AB. First pitch on its way. And this ball's in the air to left field, and this should do it. And he'll squeeze this one for the final out, and the Dodgers, in a game they really needed, are able to salvage game 2 here at home as the ball game is over. A tight ball game all throughout. Final look.
Hoy la cosa se puso buena. El gozo corre por mi vena. Vamos a olvidarnos de la pena. Esta fiesta nadie la frena. Sin parar. Porque traímos bomba para fincar. Y esto nadie nos lo puede quitar. No importa lo que pase, vamos a gozar. Traemos el sazón y somos la sal. Porque traímos bomba para fincar. Y esto nadie nos lo puede quitar.
Just off I-70 on the east side of town, we're at Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. It's Game 3 of the World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Kansas City Royals.
So here's how the Kansas City Royals are positioned defensively. And check out the left side of this infield. You think the pitching staff's not going to want to pitch the righties in to pull and the lefties away to go the other way to the left side? That's because everything's getting caught on the left side of this.
Yo, what's good?
So now into the box is number 3. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Not shortstop, number 3.
He's set. Here it comes. Drilled right back up the middle. And this will find its way into center field for a leadoff single.
Ambush tactics right there. But he didn't try and do too much. He stayed in there and just drove it back up the middle.
In now is Nico Horner. Trying to bunt his way on base here, but this will roll foul. A runner at first with no outs here. He's running again. Pitch outside. The throw. He's in there easily as the throw bounces on the way down.
Some managers treat the postseason as a time to be aggressive, and that's exactly the case here. They had the speed burner on the move, and it worked out nicely for him. Just got to drive him in now.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Chasing after it is Taylor. He gets there to put it away, but the runner tags and breaks for third. And he'll make it up to third safely here with one away. So now here is Juan Soto looking to put them ahead early with this at-bat.
Soto.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. And he gets around on one and hits it high and deep to straightaway right. Gone! A 2-run blast to straightaway right field as the Royals move out in front now 2-0.
Batting fourth.
Well, people always wonder why some players make so much money, and there's your answer. The great ones find a way to rise to the occasion in the postseason, and he did right there.
Now the 1-0.
Well, he's not proving that he can command his breaking ball in the zone right now. And until he does, there's no reason to bite on it.
Now the 2-0. Hit sharply on the ground. And that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
That's a grind pitch right there. Fastball in off the plate, and this batter's able to fight and keep his hands inside this baseball and drive it for a knock. Impressive.
And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. Now a ball lined toward the alley in left center. He lays out for it, but he can't pull it in. The relay, but he'll be in there with a double.
Sometimes you get off on the wrong foot, and it's hard to get back on the right one. That's the fourth hit he's given up here already in the early going. He's got to find a way to string some outs together, or he's going to be in some deep trouble.
He's got it. Throw to first is in time, but meanwhile, the runner is in to score. Into the box, Alex Gordon. And a great chance here for Kansas City to add on in just the first inning. From the stretch. Lifted down the line in left. On the move is Pollock. He tracks it down, and that will end the inning. All set for the start of the inning, and that brings up Will Smith.
Hey, Matty, they need to get some offense going in this one. Getting a run back in this inning, give them a little bit of confidence that they can keep up in this game. Love the early lead, but this game is far from over. Got to stay on top of what you're trying to do out there and execute pitches.
A ball and 2 strikes.
Hey, guys, that fastball just registered 97 miles an hour. On a night like tonight where it's super cold out, if you don't get to head to that baseball right there and you get jammed, it's almost like getting stung by a pack of wasps.
Throw on to first is in time to get him, so that'll go down as a strikeout and a 2-3 putout for out number 1. And that one yanked just foul. Pollock, 33 years old. He was selected in the first round back in the 2009 MLB draft.
Yeah, Matty, they certainly got it right when they drafted this guy. He has turned himself into an absolute superstar. Everybody knows this guy's name, and kids are buying his jerseys.
Ball taken there, 2-1 now. All even now, 2-2. And it's fouled away. Ready with another 2-2. A swing and a miss. He offered it a ball way outside the strike zone for out number 2. And with 2 away, let's give you one more look at the pads these two teams took to get to this Game 3 of the World Series. Base is empty, 2 away. And in to hit next, it'll be the ever-versatile Chris Taylor. Popped him up. And Sally will make the play here to retire the side. Digging in now for Kansas City, Lorenzo Cain. He's set to lead off the home half of the second.
Lorenzo.
From the stretch, here's the pitch. Now a ball lined toward the gap in left center. Pollock arranged to his left as he tracks this one down in left center for the first out. Next to hit is Adalberto Mondesi. Now here's the first offering. And this is lined hard to deep left. Pollock is going to get there as he backs up to put it away. And there are 2 gone now. So the lineup flips over, and digging in, number 3, singled in his last at-bat. He's set, and the pitch. And this is just off the outside corner for a ball, 1-0. 2 out, nobody on. Swing and a little blooper to center. Seager is there, and they breeze through this half inning as this top of now to bat, Nico Horner. He'll match up with Julio Urias to lead off the inning.
The second baseman, Nico.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Hit to third. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Now batting.
Next, it'll be Juan Soto. And we'll see what he can do here after going deep his first time up.
Well, Matty, we know he's got the timing on the fastball locked in. That's what he got a hold of on that home run in the previous at-bat. You do not come off the heater. Have to be leery of the off-speed, but stay on the fastball. He's got to throw it again.
Hit high and deep to straightaway right field. Back goes Betts. On the warning track, he makes the catch.
The batter, the catcher.
And up steps Salvador Perez. And now the first pitch. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Around first, Perez on his way for second. And he is into second with a 2-out double.
As a hitter, the only feeling better than hitting a bomb is driving one into the gap like that. He hustled out of the box knowing he was guaranteed a double, but I think he had thoughts of maybe a triple if the outfielder hadn't gotten it back in right away.
Yeah, there really wasn't any question about that one, going for extra bases off the bat. Throw in the dirt, but a good scoop at first saves an error as... Here's Corey Seager. He'll lead it off against Johnny Cueto. First delivery to him. And he waves at a curveball there. No balls and a strike.
The offense better get it going right here, because they certainly can tell from their dugout this guy is carrying himself with a presence out on the mound. He's got feel for all his pitches.
A ball and 2 strikes now.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
So he couldn't get the bat off the shoulders that time. Corey Seager goes down to become the first out here in the 4th. Mookie Betts is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. Lifted in the air out towards left center. Kane is under it, and that's the 2nd out of the inning. Next up is Max Muncy. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
And that was one of the hardest hit balls they've had all game, Matty. It's been a pretty feeble effort by his teammates on the offensive side.
Goodness. 0-2 now.
Hey, I can't have one of my best left-handed power bats fishing for balls off the plate.
And he'll hang in here as he reaches to foul this one away.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at-bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
And this one runs in on him as he can't get his arms extended. A great pitch there.
Leading up for the Royals, the first baseman.
First pitch on its way.
Hosmer.
Swinging a little blooper to center. Taylor coming on, but he won't get there. It falls in.
Hey, some guys can handle the postseason lights, and this is obviously one of them. Another base hit leading off for the boys. This guy has had a monster postseason so far.
In now, Alex Gordon.
He swings and sends a bullet to right field.
There to look it in his bets, and that's out number 1. And in to hit next is Lorenzo Cain. Hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, pretty unlucky right there, Matty. Squared up a fastball nicely, and that's all you can do. You just want to be on time for the heater, and he's prepared for this next AB.
He's not having his best outing in this one, and I think that curveball is part of the reason why. He couldn't get on top of that one, and that's not the first time that's happened.
And that changeup makes him jump. A swing and a miss.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
The 1-1 home. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field.
The bat, number 27.
Stepping in now, Adalberto Mondesi. And this one's in the dirt. Good job to corral this quickly as the runners hold on. Hosmer at second. Kane is over at first with 1 away. Hit fairly well out towards straightaway center. Taylor is back, and he'll get there to make the play for route number 2. And he'll take those extra 90 feet, so put runners at the corners now with 2 gone in the inning. Now back to the top of the lineup, stepping in, number 3. 1 for 2 on his line so far in the game. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch.
As he lifts it in the air to right field.
Betts is there, and he puts this one away for the 3rd out. Phil Bickford is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 52.
First delivery to him. Pulled toward right center field. On the move is Taylor. And he tracks it down. Nice play for the first out.
The center fielder. Number 6. Lorenzo.
In now is Lorenzo Cain.
As he'll swing and lift a fly ball to right center.
Betts has a read on it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now. Next, it'll be Adalberto Mondesi. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And now the first pitch. Right side, but it's well foul. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball swung on and grounded out towards second.
Turner fields it cleanly.
Throw on to Muncy, gets him, and with that, at the plate now is Will Smith. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. 9th inning begins as the first pitch is taken for ball 1.
And even though he's had some success against this guy in the ball game, he still knows he's a very dangerous opponent. He won't want to fall behind him any further.
1-2 as he chases the slider.
Tying run stands on deck, but it'll only matter if the guy in the box can get on base.
Yeah, and that has to be his mentality at the plate right now, Matt. He can't be the hero, so he needs to do what he can to give the guy behind him a chance to be the guy.
Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Here's the first pitch to him. Ripped down the line, and a diving effort there at third. Good way to bruise your ribs. How much for one of them ribs? It's a foul ball. Can't find the zone there as he lays off the breaking ball.
Hey, this is a real pesky hitter right here. As a pitcher, you really like to keep this guy off the bases. This is a guy that kind of sets the tables for big innings.
And that gets through, so he'll have his first base hit, make him 1 for 4 in the game now.
Well, you're usually in this situation looking for a bloop and a blast. He didn't want to bloop it, and he hit a missile, bringing the tying run to the plate. Let's see if they can capitalize.
He's 1 for 2 in this one. 2 balls and no strikes. The count to the Dodgers center fielder.
Now, this is the kind of count this guy feeds on at the plate. You can bet he's geared to hit the fastball right here.
And indeed, he won't look at second. He'll just flip it on over to first to take this sure out. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. Justin Turner is in with 2 away as he takes a ball 1-0.
You know, in this situation, you almost have to pitch like there's no one on base. That run really doesn't mean anything with the lead they've got. The hitter is the guy that can turn this game on its head.
Pitch popped up, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. High and deep down the left field line. A sold-out crowd of 39,000 on their feet here in KC. He stays alive, still 2-2. The Dodgers down to their final strike. And he strikes him out to end it here as they were able to get the possible tying run to the plate but could not cash in.
Yeah, and sometimes you just need a guy to go out there and battle. Doesn't have to be pretty all the time, but just good enough to get the job done. Well, this guy, he was a heck of a lot better than that, going the entire 9 innings, saving his bullpen, and getting the win.
Before we take our leave, time for a look at our final line score here in what turned out to be a close 2-run victory. And this evening's contest comes to a close, 5-3 the final. Kansas City have taken a 2-1 lead in this World Series. Johnny Cueto is the winning pitcher of record, so that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watt. The show.
Brother got them birds, you ready to bust to somebody? You ain't scared, huh? You know how to play it, huh? I know you ain't gonna let somebody come and punk you, huh? Stand in front you, huh? Straight up run you, huh? You know who got that fire, you know how to use a triple beam, huh? It ain't hard as it seems, you keep your body clean, huh? You got a lot of your jeans, some of your partners, you don't really want to mess with them clowns, you come up with them clowns, you stuck with them clowns, you a big cheese, you got your block on fire, you remain in the G until the moment you expire, you know what it is. You make nothing out of something, you handle your biz, and don't be crying, and it's something you a big cheese. You got your block on fire, you remain in the G until the moment you expire, you know what it is. You make nothing out of something, you handle your biz.
From America's heartland, we've got nighttime baseball from Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City. It's Game 4 of the World Series between the LA Dodgers and the Kansas City Royals. Into the box, Trey Turner. And now here is number 3. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
For the Royals, the shortstop, number 3.
Swing, and he pops him up. Looks to be playable in foul ground. And he'll stay with it here as he puts the squeeze on it for out number 1. So 1 down, no one aboard. And up next, the exciting left-handed bat of Andrew Benintendi. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
After taking such an ugly swing, if I'm the batter right now, it has to be in the back of my mind that he might repeat that exact same pitch.
Hit on the ground down the first baseline, but this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2. On its way, the 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Rios is underneath this one, and that's out number 2. In now is Lorenzo Cain. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Popped him up. Muncy is there, and it's a very quick inning as the side. Now to the plate, number 3. He'll start things out in the 6th for a lineup.
It is time to love her.
In this one.
Yeah, let's see if he can work a walk, maybe a knock, ground ball with eyes, something. Catch a gap to get this offense going. 2 hits as a team can start demoralizing your confidence. But if he can get...
Up next to the Royals, the designated hitter, Andrew Benintendi.
He's set. Here it comes. Hit hard on the ground to second. And that's through for his first base hit in this one. He'll hold it second, and there are 2 aboard now.
Check out the lefty as he absolutely jumps on that first pitch and hammers it to right. Got what he was looking for and put a good swing on it.
And in to hit next is Lorenzo Cain.
He swings and sends a bullet to right field.
There to look it in his bets, and that's out number 1. And he is in there. So here's the cleanup hitter, Eric Hosmer. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. First pitch on its way. That's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however. And indeed, he'll take only the out at first as the run comes in to score. The third baseman, Mike Moustakas, now. Here's the first pitch to him. And he fouls this one off. Benintendi stands at second with 2 gone. He pulls this one high and deep to right center field. Back goes Betts at the track. And he makes a nice catch. Josh DeMont comes on to pitch. Up next, Edwin Rios. He comes in 2 for 3 with a couple of home runs thus far on his line. No balls. Here comes the 0-1.
I don't know if that was a great take or he got fooled. He's certainly trying to play it off like he knew what was coming. You could bet he'd be on alert for that curveball again.
The next 1-2 pitch. And a fastball swung on and missed as he just reared back there. 2 away. From the stretch.
That strikeout was a real good example of a pitcher continuing to make a guy chase out of the zone. When you recognize a hitter is in protect mode, you don't have to come inside the strike zone. You can just expand further and further until he literally can't touch it.
And the 2-out threat won't pay off. The inning is over. Dodgers strand a couple. Bottom of the inning now, and now it'll be the catcher, Salvador Perez.
Hey, this is where you go up there and you just focus on doing your job. Turn the scoreboard off in your head. I know you're down a lot, but you have to have one quality at bat followed by another quality at bat. Don't give any outs away. No ABs go unnoticed right here.
Swung on and belted to left by Perez. This one's deep. Back goes Pollock to the track, to the wall. Gone into the home bullpen for a home run.
Yeah, they have everything to lose in this game, but it's obvious they have zero quitting them. They're going to battle until the last out, and with that homer, they're that much closer to prolonging this series.
So now to the plate, Alex Gordon.
And a first pitch swing. He hits a fly ball to left center.
Pollock comes on and makes the catch in shallow left for out number 1.
The batter, number 2.
So next to the plate for the Royals, Nico Horner. 1 run in and 1 gone so far this inning. Into center field, line drive base hit.
I know the score's out of hand right here, but I've never met a big league ball player that's going to give away an at-bat in any game ever. Nice piece of hitting right there, staying within yourself and grabbing you a knock.
Into center field, line drive base hit. That's a big at-bat from the bottom of the order.
Yeah, Matty right there. Worked himself into a nice situation. Got on base right there. Now first and third. Rolls the lineup over. Top of the order is licking its chops.
Into the box, number 3. And he gets under this one as the ball is skied into very shallow right. Turner takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out. Striding forward now is the DH, Andrew Benintendi. 2 outs and 2 runners aboard here in the 7th inning. First offering. Line drive base hit into the left center field gap. Notch 1 in the score column as the runner from third crosses the plate.
Hey, this guy's having a big series in the postseason. It looks like to me that the moment isn't too big for him. He's slowing the game down. He looks terrific.
Yeah, absolutely. Postseason monster right here, having a huge series. Any big leaguer can have their moment mid-May, but to do it when it gets cold outside means everything.
He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. Looking to minimize the damage here. Hit hard towards center. That's in there. Base hit. Soto is on his way home. Oh, and the throw back in is a wild one. And he is in to score from second as the throwing mistake defensively came back to factor into that one.
Now batting, first baseman, Eric Hosmer.
Eric Hosmer to the plate now. And that one yanked just foul. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. The 0-1. High in the air out to center field. Taylor is there. No problem with this one, and the inning is over.
Leading off for the Dodgers,
Matt Barnes.
Your attention, please. Now pitching for
Alex Vesia is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and standing in is the veteran third baseman, Mike Moustakas. Swing, and Moustakas sends a drive to right. This ball's got some carry. See you later. Over the wall, a home run. A solo shot that time for Mike Moustakas. As they try to claw back, it's a 5-run deficit.
number 13, Salvador.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
As we near the end of this one, it's clear the long ball has played a big role in today's outcome. Dan, D-Row, what are your final thoughts on what we've seen?
Yeah, just non-competitive pitches in some big situations, Dan, and the offense took full advantage of it.
You know, D-Row, one of the things about pitching is you want to have location, and it was obvious in this one today that the pitchers weren't on point, and what happens when that happens? Hitters make you pay, and the long ball was a big part of this one here.
Now the 2-1. There's a swing and a high blast headed for the corner and right. And it'll fade just at the end and winds up a long foul ball.
You could tell he caught every last stitch of that baseball. To be able to drive it out to the opposite field, he had to hit it right in the mouth, but it just was foul. He was a smidge late.
And the throw will indeed take care of him for the first out. Now it'll be Alex Gordon. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch of the AB now. Back up the middle and in for a base hit.
Hey, guys, there had to be something in the scouting report right there. For him to be on top of that 0-0 changeup the way he was, that was pretty special.
In now is Nico Horner. Now a ball slapped hard the opposite way. And that'll get by and on through towards the wall. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
This is the type of production they were expecting from this guy when he came to the majors a couple of years back. He looks really at ease at the plate, and that relaxed swing is getting some really good results. Good example on that double there. Always great to see a young player blossoming.
So a new pitcher is set to enter the ball game right now, and it's the converted catcher, the hard-throwing right-hander Kenley Jansen. Back up the middle and in for a base hit. And the second run will score as well.
You know, D-Row, hitting in the leadoff spot, you're not going to get very many opportunities to drive in some runs, but that's a big 2 RBI base hit.
Yeah, when you see ducks on the pond, Dan, your eyes light up. I don't care if you're hitting first in the lineup or 8th in the lineup. You grind out in that bat and try and get the runs on the board for your team.
Taylor is there, and that ends the inning. So Blake Trinan takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 49.
All set for the bottom of the 9th, and that'll bring up Lorenzo Cain.
Hey, not impossible, but highly improbable. Even when you're at home to score 3 runs off a closer like this guy, they've got the work cut out for him.
Betts is there, 1 away. So now it'll be the 4-hole hitter, Eric Hosmer, struggling so far in this one and looking to erase his 0-for-4 ball game right here. swing and a liner. Pollock is there, and there are 2 men gone now.
Up next for the Royals.
And stepping in, Mike Moustakas. He comes to the plate as the last chance for his side. 2 out here in the 9th.
Very rarely, Matt, do you see a first pitch changeup hit out of the ballpark. That tells me right there.
No, we were so close, bro.
This series up at 2 games apiece.
All right, that's gonna be it for today. It's all the World Series games, playoff games we playing today. We made it to the World Series. Is it tied? 2-2? Is that what it is? Hold on. Is it tied 2-2? Let me check. And then I'm gonna probably be streaming 2K in a second, a minute. Yeah, it's tied 2-2. I might play it later, low key, maybe. By later, I mean like in the AM. I don't got school tomorrow, so in the AM, so like early AM, like 1 in the morning, 12 in the morning, 2, 3 in the morning. But you could always rewatch it on YouTube. If you go to the live area channel, you can rewatch it. But yeah, that was a close game. Should have been a good game. If you want to see a real good game, look for this one. The Yankees, I think, the 11-10 one was close. I came back with that. Minnesota. One of these Houston ones was really good. I can't remember which one. But yeah, that'll do it. Peace.